Homeowners are always on the lookout for the best ways to save money, but sometimes your time and peace of mind is worth more. For more on when to spend and when to save, we welcome the author of the 30-Minute Money Plan for Moms and deputy editor at Moneyish, Catey Hill. Hi, Catey. Great to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
So we know that there are multiple ways you can spend money on your home. I mean, there's just a laundry list.
Endless.
Yes. But, you know, when it comes to the reality, how much does a homeowner generally spend on their home every year?
So just on small things, little maintenance stuff, $3,000 a year if you're hiring a pro. So if someone, you know, does your lawn, your heating and air conditioning just for maintenance, $3,000 a year. I mean, that is a lot of money.
That's
just
before
on
your
little
taxes.
stuff. Right, or if your roof falls in, that's a whole nother thing, right?
Oh my gosh, that is a lot of money. And because that is a lot of money, people try to take some of those pieces and do it themselves to try to cut out that cost, right?
Absolutely.
And where do you suggest people try to do it themselves versus let a professional handle this?
Okay, a small thing that you can, you know, learn online really quickly. You can maybe do that yourself, right?
Right.
Do not do something major if it could do damage to your house, if you're trying to sell your home. Those are big no-nos. That's a time when you should not do it yourself. But little projects you can probably do yourself. Hanging, you know, doing interior paint, hanging art, things like that are fine. But if you can do damage to your home, no.
So is there anything specific that comes to mind that you think that people will mistakenly do that they should have left to a professional?
Well, we all watch HGTV, so some people think, oh, where there's a home reno, I'm going to go do some demo myself, because you literally see them sledgehammering things. Do not do that yourself.
The demolition part looks easy. I can do that.
It sure does. You just take a sledgehammer to the wall, right? I think people have watched a lot of HGTV, so there's a lot of, and it's great, but there's a lot of those projects they think, oh, that's not that hard. It's that hard.
Once you knock down the wall, you have to build it up.
Right, right. Don't do that.
What about things like, for instance, housekeeping? You know, do you say, okay, go ahead and do your own housekeeping, or should a professional do it?
I do not say do your own housekeeping, because look, housekeeping is one of the things that makes us least happy. Spending time with our family makes us most happy. We spend about 6 hours a week doing housekeeping as women, so you might as well pay someone to do that. Spend that time with your family, boost your happiness.
And what about if you're planning to sell your home? There's a lot of additional costs that come in that case. What do you recommend there?
If you're planning to sell your home, you probably shouldn't do very much DIY at all, because even if you do a little backsplash, if someone sees that backsplash is shoddy work, they're going to assume your whole house is done shoddily. So just pay some professional at that point. You'll get it in the back end when you sell the home. And
definitely that goes for your moving service as well.
Yeah, well, moving is expensive, right? But it's so worth hiring a professional to do, because they know what they're doing, right? They know how to wrap your artwork and your TV so it doesn't break. They know how to pick things up so they don't injure themselves. Imagine your healthcare costs. If you pick something heavy, pull your back out, you're going to pay for that in the end.
Absolutely. And if you have a good green thumb, would you recommend taking on some of the landscaping, or do you think that's just
if you have a good green thumb? But again, some people hate doing that, and it's the same thing as housekeeping in my equation. If you don't like doing it, and you could be spending time with your family, and you got a little extra money, sometimes that's worth doing. But yes, you can do landscaping if you enjoy doing it.
The cost of landscaping can be astronomical.
Yes.
Outsourcing it.
No, you're absolutely right. You could be $20 an hour is a very cheap end. You can pay way more than that.
I think new homeowners are always a little shocked. You know, their idea of what expenses they're going to have focus on the house until they actually move in and they realize, oh my gosh, I actually have this land I have to take care of.
Yeah,
too.
When you realize $3,000 a year just in little maintenance, you're like, wait, what? I just paid for a whole house. Why am I paying $3,000 more?
The neighbors want your lawn to look good too.
Right,
All right. Catey Hill, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.